What if the most powerful thing you could do right now is disappear? No warning, no drama, no last words, just vanish from her life, from her feed, from her reality. Most men chase when they're hurt. They beg. They write long messages that get left on read. But not you. Not anymore. You're done bleeding for someone who wouldn't even flinch to watch you fall. She thought you'd wait. She thought you'd break. But here's the truth. The man who walks away in silence is 10 times more dangerous than the one who explodes. And she won't realize it now. Not when she's out partying, not when she's seeking validation from strangers, but when the silence sets in. When your presence stops showing up in her world, she'll feel it, deep, and it'll hit her in the quiet, late nights when no one's texting her back. Disappearing isn't weakness, it's war. It's letting your absence do the talking. You're not running, you're evolving, and when she finally looks back, it won't be you that's waiting. It'll be your ghost. A memory she can't touch, can't fix, can't reach. You didn't lose her. She lost a man who was becoming everything she'll never deserve again. If you're done explaining your worth, if you're ready to go silent and rise louder than ever, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. She'll feel the silence. Number 1, accept the pain without begging. She left. Maybe she said she needed time. Maybe she blamed you. Maybe she just drifted, cold, quiet, distant. And now you're sitting there with a phone full of unread messages, a chest full of unanswered questions, and a mind stuck on what if. You want to fix it. You want her to care. You want some kind of closure that'll make the pain make sense. But let me say this with brutal clarity. You will never earn respect by begging for it. Not from her, not from anyone. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your mirror. It shows you what you depended on, who you built your identity around. And when that crumbles, that's your wake-up call. You don't need closure. You need composure. The moment she walked away, the truth was spoken, louder than any explanation ever could. Stop looking for more pain by reopening the wound. Stop asking why she left. Ask why you let your worth be tied to her presence in the first place. A stoic man doesn't beg to be kept. He accepts the heartbreak. He sits with the fire, and he lets it forge him into someone stronger. Most men run from pain. You shake its hand. You tell it, come in, burn me clean, because you're not here to return to who you were. That version of you needed her to feel whole. That version is gone now, and here's the secret. The less you say, the more she feels. You think silence is weakness? Number silence is a message. It's control. It's telling her, you don't get to see me break. And when you stop reaching out, when you stop trying to explain yourself, she'll start replaying everything in her head, not because you begged, but because you didn't. If you're done romanticizing rejection and ready to face the pain with power, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I stand in my storm. Number 2. Cut off all contact, completely. Cut it office. Every message thread, every picture, every way she can reach you or you can reach her. Wipe it. Not for revenge, but for freedom. You can't evolve while keeping your wounds open. You can't detach if you keep checking who viewed your story or if she still follows you. The truth is simple. Healing begins where contact ends. Let's be honest. Your mind is still looking for loopholes. You tell yourself, I'll just check her story, or I'll text just one last time. You lie to yourself because a part of you still hopes. But hope is a prison when it's tied to someone who's already walked out. Stoicism teaches restraint, not just in words, but in action. The most brutal form of strength, disappearing without a trace. That's how you stop bleeding for someone who enjoys watching you fall. She might expect a reaction. She might bait you with posts, with silence, with accidental messages. Don't bite. Every time you don't respond, you reclaim a piece of yourself. You take back power that you once gave away too easily. That's what most men don't get. Ignoring her is more powerful than any speech you could ever give. She expected to be chased. Let her be confused. Let her check her phone and see nothing from you. That silence, it'll grow louder over time. She'll feel it in the middle of the night, in the quiet, when no one else is validating her. That's when your absence becomes your presence. And don't just disappear online. Disappear emotionally, mentally. Let her feel the sharp edge of being forgotten, not because you're playing games, but because you've chosen peace over chaos, because the man she walked away from no longer exists. When you cut contact, you're not ending a relationship. You're starting a revolution inside yourself. If you're done being available to someone who treated you like an option, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My silence speaks louder. Number 3, kill the version of you that needed her. The man who needed her, he's dead now, and good, because he was weak. He based his value on her attention. He smiled when she smiled. He shattered when she pulled away. That man had no control, only hope. And hope is dangerous when it's placed in someone who's not coming back. You want to move on. You want to stop hurting. Then bury that version of yourself. Mourn him if you need to. But do it fast, because the longer he lives, the longer you suffer. This is the part most people skip, the identity death. You can cut contact, hit the gym, grind all day, but if you're still clinging to that old version of you, the one that craved her validation, you'll always be one memory away from collapse. Kill him, brutally, without mercy, because he was never built to lead. He was built to follow. He was built to please. And when she saw that weakness, she walked. She didn't leave a man. She left a shell. Now it's time to rebuild. Not to prove her wrong, but to prove yourself right. You are not who she said you were. You are not how she treated you. Her rejection was a reflection of her values, not your worth. That old version of you accepted crumbs. He tolerated inconsistency. He gave everything and asked for nothing. Never again. From now on, you're building yourself into a man that commands respect, not through noise, but through presence. A man that moves with calm precision, who doesn't need attention to feel alive. This is rebirth. And rebirth isn't pretty. It's painful. It's lonely. But it's worth it. Because the new you? He's dangerous, stoic, sharp, unreachable. He doesn't need closure. He doesn't check her profile. He doesn't replay the past. He walks forward, eyes cold, mind focused. And when she eventually feels the loss, when she realizes what she threw away, it won't matter, because that man, the one she knew, no longer exists. If you're done holding on to who you were and ready to become who you were meant to be, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. The old me is gone. Number 4. Rebuild in silence. Let her wonder. Say nothing. Post nothing. Prove nothing. That's how you rebuild. With silence so loud it makes her question everything. See, the average guy goes loud after a breakup. He floods his feed with fake smiles, half-naked selfies, desperate attempts to show he's doing great. But that's not power. That's performance. And she can see right through it. Stoic men don't perform. They disappear. They sharpen. They grow in the shadows, quietly, ruthlessly, without broadcasting a single step. You don't need to announce your glow-up. You just need to become it. Let her wonder what you're doing. Let her check your page and find nothing. That confusion, that silence, that's the echo of your absence. And it's devastating, because now she's not in control. She's not sure if you've moved on or if you've leveled up beyond her reach. And that uncertainty, it'll haunt her more than any message ever could. This is where discipline separates the weak from the dangerous. While she's out chasing distractions, you're stacking your future. You're reading, training, building, evolving. You're not focused on her anymore. You're focused on your legacy. You don't care what she's doing, who she's with, or what she posts. That part of your life is over. She lost access. She lost insight. She lost you. And the beauty of silence is this. She'll fill it with her own regrets. She'll imagine your progress. She'll overthink your detachment. The less you reveal, the more she spirals. She thought you'd chase. Instead, you vanished into your purpose. No status updates, no petty games, just distance and growth. And when she finally realizes what you've become, it'll be too late. Because the man you're building in silence, he doesn't look back. If you're done proving yourself to someone who never valued you, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. She doesn't get to watch me rise. Number 5. Control your emotions or be owned by them. She'll try to trigger you, maybe not directly. Maybe it's a story meant to hit your ego. A cryptic quote, a night out selfie with someone new. It's bait, and if you bite, she wins. Because the second you react, you give her proof that you still care, that you're still watching, that she still holds space in your mind. But the Stoic man, he doesn't react. He responds, if at all, and most of the time, he responds with silence. Control your emotions, or they will control you. That's the principle. Anger, jealousy, sadness, feel them, don't become them. You can't stop the emotions from showing up, but you decide what happens next. She expected you to lash out, to break down, to message her at 2 a.m., telling her you miss her. Nope. You feel the storm inside, but from the outside, you're ice cold, calm, unbothered. That's where power begins. In the space between the emotion and the reaction, the men who master this, they become impossible to manipulate, unreadable, unpredictable, and that shakes people, especially someone who once controlled your highs and lows like a puppet on strings. Not anymore. From now on, your emotional discipline is your shield. It protects you from falling for the same traps. It keeps you from embarrassing yourself in her inbox. It reminds you, you are no longer hers to provoke. And here's the twist. The more emotional control you gain, the more she starts to lose hers. Your indifference becomes a mirror, and people hate what they see when they no longer get a reaction. She'll spiral trying to find your weakness, your buttons, your soft spot, but there's nothing left. Just a man who feels deeply and shows nothing. If you're done being emotionally played like a game, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I own my fire. Number 6. Become the man she'll never access again. You don't level up to make her jealous. You level up so she no longer qualifies. Read that again. You don't hit the gym, build your business, master your mind just to get her attention back. You do it so if she ever does look your way again, she realizes she no longer has the key. That door's been sealed. The version of you who needed her is buried, and the man rising now, he's a fortress, unreachable, unapologetic. This is your evolution era. You're not just moving on, you're elevating, and not loudly. You're doing it in a way that forces her to question everything she thought about you. She thought she broke you. She thought she downgraded you to nothing. But you took that pain and used it as fuel. You built in silence. And now you're walking with a new energy, an energy that says, you don't get another chance. Stop asking what she's doing. Stop wondering if she misses you. Let her miss you from a distance, because the man you're becoming, he doesn't run in circles. He doesn't recycle old love. He doesn't respond to the same red flags. He upgrades, quietly, consistently, relentlessly. You want revenge? Outgrow her, outbuild her, outdiscipline everyone. Not with rage, but with restraint. You were broken for a moment, but moments pass. And now you're shaping yourself into a man she'll never forget, but never reach. That's how you win. Not with words, not with games, with distance, with elevation, with standards she can't meet anymore. If you're done looking back and ready to outgrow everything that hurt you, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. She can't reach who I'm becoming. Number 7. Don't watch her, let her watch you. Unfollow her. Block her if you have to. And most importantly, stop watching her. Every time you check her story, scroll her feed, or dig through who she's with, you lose a piece of your power. That's not strength. That's obsession. That's weakness pretending to be curiosity. And let's be real. If you're watching her, you're not focused on you. You're still in her world, while she's already erased you from hers. But here's the twist. She's watching you, quietly, from fake accounts, through mutuals, through silence. And the more you post nothing, the more she panics, because silence triggers imagination, and imagination always fills in the blanks with fear. While she's guessing what you're doing, who you're with, and how you've become so cold, you're just focused. Not on her, on you, on building, on becoming. You don't check her page. You check your progress. You don't wonder who she's with. You wonder what's next on your blueprint. Because the truth is, you don't grow when your eyes are on her. You grow when your eyes are on the goal. Every time you choose focus over obsession, you're adding another layer to your strength. Every time you ignore that urge to look, you're showing yourself and her that you're not the same man she walked away from. And here's what will happen. She'll start to wonder, why isn't he watching? Why isn't he reacting? Has he forgotten me? She'll feel that absence, not immediately, but over time, it'll sink in like a weight. Because the silence from someone who used to care deeply. That silence screams. If you're done being the audience to someone who cut you out of the show, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, I don't chase, I build. Number 8, master the art of indifference. She wants a reaction, anger, sadness, a slip-up, anything to prove she still has pull, that you're still emotionally chained to her. But when you master indifference, true, unshakable detachment, you become untouchable. That's what breaks her, not your pain, not your silence, your peace, your ability to keep moving, keep grinding, keep living like she never mattered. Because indifference isn't fake. It's not pretending you don't care. It's realizing you no longer have to. Think of indifference like armor. She tries to provoke you? Nothing. She tries to test the waters? No response. She floats back into your orbit. You don't even flinch. Because indifference is power in its purest form. It says, I don't hate you, I just don't care anymore. Not out of bitterness, but evolution. That's the scariest thing for someone who used to control your emotions. They expect fire. You give them ice. This isn't about suppressing your feelings. You felt everything already. You bled, you broke, you questioned your worth. But now, that storm passed, and what's left is clarity, focus, control. She lost access the moment you stopped needing her, and now your energy is reserved only for people who earn it. You want real revenge? Be unbothered, not passive-aggressive, fully, authentically detached. Because once she realizes you're no longer reacting, no longer caring, no longer there, that's when the regret sets in, not because you made a scene, but because you didn't. If you're done playing emotional ping-pong and ready to be unshakable, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, my peace can't be disturbed. Number 9, attract through discipline, not desperation. You don't become magnetic by chasing women. You become magnetic by chasing mastery, chasing greatness, chasing the highest version of yourself. Desperation repels, discipline pulls. The more you obsess over her, the more you lose yourself. But the more you obsess over your purpose, your grind, your evolution, that's when you start walking into rooms like you own them. That's when people feel your presence without you having to speak. Here's what discipline looks like. It's waking up early when no one's watching. It's working out when you'd rather scroll. It's saying no to easy distractions, temporary flings, and emotional cravings that used to control you. And you don't do it for her. You do it for you, for the man you're becoming, for the standard you're setting. Because the disciplined man, he doesn't chase, he chooses, and only from what aligns with his vision. And guess what happens when you stop trying to impress her or anyone else? You start to radiate a different kind of energy, calm, certain, stoic. You become the man she thought didn't exist, the one she pretended she didn't want, until she sees what he really is. And by then, it's too late, because you don't circle back, you don't regress, you ascend. Let your glow-up be powered by peace, not pain. Let your success be built in silence, not in spite. Because when your life starts reflecting your inner strength, when your body, your habits, your money, your mindset all start leveling up, you won't need to chase validation. it'll chase you. If you're done trying to prove your worth and ready to build it, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. Discipline is my attraction. Number 10. She'll regret it, but you won't care. One day, she'll look back. It might be in the middle of the night. It might be after her next situationship crashes. It might be when she sees your name pop up on a book cover, a business, or the mouth of someone who respects you now, and she'll remember not just what you did, but what she lost, the way you cared, the way you stayed loyal, the way you would have gone to war for her. She'll remember, and it'll sting, because while she was playing games, you were transforming, quietly, relentlessly, without her. But here's the power move. You won't care. Not out of hate, not out of ego, but because you've grown so far past her, you barely recognize the man you were when you wanted her. Her regret. It's not your closure. It's just noise, a whisper from a past you no longer live in. You don't need an apology. You don't need validation, because your life, your new life, is the proof. You healed, you built, you let go. That's what most men never understand. They chase closure. They want her to come back so they can reject her. But that's not power. Real power is walking away for good. Real power is not looking back when she finally does. Because when she reaches out, whether it's a DM, a like, or a "Hey, I was just thinking about you," you won't feel that old spark. You'll feel nothing. And that nothing? That's freedom. You don't win when she regrets it. You win when you've outgrown the need for her to. You didn't disappear to hurt her. You disappeared to find yourself. And now, you're untouchable. If you're done waiting for regret and ready to live without it, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. Her regret is not my reward. You've felt the pain. You've sat in the silence. You've walked through the fire. And now you understand. The final move is no move at all. No chasing, no proving, no closure, just becoming. That's the Stoic way. You don't fight for what's already been lost. You rise above it. You disappear, not to be petty, but to become untouchable, unavailable, unbothered. This isn't about her anymore. It never really was. She was just the trigger. The real battle was always within you, and you won. Because now she doesn't get your attention. She doesn't get your energy. She doesn't get to be part of your future. You've outgrown the pain. You've outgrown the past. And you've outgrown her. The man you are now, he's focused, sharp, controlled. He doesn't beg. He doesn't break. He builds. Quietly, powerfully, like a storm on the horizon. And when people ask where you went, tell them, I didn't leave. I just rose higher than they could reach. Stay sharp, stay silent, stay dangerous. This is Stoic blessing.